It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. It is new music release Friday. And we've got the new Skillet album, Victorious. And let me tell you, John Cooper and Corey Cooper and their new cohorts were victorious with this album. It was a thumbs up album, I will give you that right off the bat. But there's a lot to cover on it, so let me sit down and get right to it for y'all. We're going to start with Never Going Back. I'm a new YouTuber, so I took notes. I didn't want to go into this and just rant and rave and give my personal opinions, which is what this is, but I wanted to give them thought out and really good. So I did take some notes, so hope you enjoy. And these were as I was listening to it, so if that makes a difference. Before we get into this review, the last time I got to see Skillet was in 2010. In Purdue University up in Lafayette. I've been a fan of them since 2006. This is my ticket stub from the very last show that I seen them at. And I couldn't have thought of a better album to pick for my first one to review on my weekly Thunder Wonder Music review series for new music. Anyway, as promised, we're going to get to Never Going Back. My thoughts on that one. Really felt like a Nine Inch Nails song. Really had that sound and vibe. Not necessarily the vocals, but just the overall nuances and everything involved with the song as far as like the background noise and the instrumentals. But it wasn't too bad though. Really, it just wasn't my favorite song on the album. But I didn't hate it. And not only didn't hate it, I actually kind of liked it. You know, give that song a B. Next, we're going to go to Rise Up. That song, you know, if you have still use a CD player or you have a setting on your phone where you can pick songs to wake you up, this new Rise Up track might just be for you. Or if you like to work out in the morning or after you get off work or whatever the case may be, that's also a song you might enjoy. Now, we're going to get to my favorite song. Well, one of my two favorite songs on the album, Back to Life. It stood out from everything else that they put out as far as the singles leading up to this, dating back to late spring, early summer. We're sitting here at August 2nd now as I film and record this Friday evening. But no, it really stood out to me from everything else they put out on that. It's just the energy and the passion and the effort that was put out into that song was just unreal to me. I could see the WWE or AEW or maybe the NFL or a movie. Somebody can use that song for something. I really feel that. It was a very motivational song. It was thrilling. It told a tale of triumph, yet it had deep nuances of struggle and, you know, overcoming in the song. It definitely has anthem potential, and the guitar work in that song was second to none, without a doubt. Now, as I mentioned, the CD album is called Victorious. And every so often, with anybody you listen to, no matter what genre it is, there is a song on said album that is named after the album. And they did just that with Victorious, the song itself. Had a new era radio vibe to it, kind of on the soft side. Gotta say it was probably my least favorite, or definitely second least favorite song on the entire album collection. I wouldn't say it was awful, but it was definitely, without a doubt, a disappointing title track. I mean, you want your title track to be one of the best, if not the best songs on your entire album. And for it to be as awful and below mediocre as it was, I was a little disappointed, man. You know, they're known for their amazing songs. You know, Comatose, for example, that was a title track song from their 2006 album. The first album I actually listened to all the way through by them when it was just coming out, actually. Back when Sirius was on, I think it was Dish Network. Back when they had a Christian rock station, I had heard Rebirthing on there, and that's how I discovered that album. But anyway, I really liked that Comatose song, but this, 13 years later, not nearly as good of a title track, and I was just disappointed to see the direction that they took that song. Now, there's some people that might enjoy that, but it's a take it or leave it song, something I definitely got to be in the mood for. But moving right along here to other bad stuff on the album. Finish Line, it was awful. It was a POS. It's just an absolute throwaway of an album song. It was an absolute, it made my ears want to cry. It was that bad. It just had this funky, bizarre, just out of place. It was Alien Youth, but worse. Let's put it that way. You know, Skillet didn't become the real Skillet, at least to me personally, until 2006. Everything before that, I mean, the Collide album, they were starting to transform. They were going through the evolution process. But, you know, really 2006 and on is when we got the Skillet that we know and love today. And that sounded like they were trying to get pulled back in time to 2001, but mixed in with today's newer sounding stuff that, like, alternative rock station would play and pass it off as rock when it couldn't be more. It's sometimes as engineered as some of the rap and hip hop music is from a sound instrumental perspective, but I absolutely don't have anything positive or good to say about that song, so we're going to move on. Save Me. Of all the songs that came out prior to Midnight Tonight, and what leaked yesterday from various people who got screener copies or phase copies, whatever the new term is, you know, Save Me is the best song they've ever recorded. That song stands out above everything else that they have done. There's just everything about that song was just incredible. It was just awesome. It was just too sweet. And then we get to Terrify the Dark. That song, to me, simply put, one of the most powerful yet calming songs in their entire catalog. It had great, tremendous, amazing vocals, wonderful instrumentals. It kind of held on to that Unleashed sound from their previous record that came out 3 years ago. But in particularly, it kind of reminded me of the song Resistance off said album. But without question, they tweaked it to perfection, and it was a true A1 masterpiece, and there's nothing to be terrified at all about that song. Like, it's absolutely charming and enchanting. It's one of the most intricately produced songs they've ever made, and I really feel like there was an extreme amount of heart and soul put in to that. Reach. Their song Reach on that album had a music video vibe to it. If that song doesn't get a music video, I'll be shocked like I'm in an electric chair. Like, for real. We'll just be beyond mind blown if that does not happen. A1 vibe to it. Big time feel. Another one of those just anthem songs. You know, people liked Monster. This song makes Monster look like something that somebody with Garage Beats or Fruity Loops made. Like that's just how amazing the Reach song is. They definitely reach for the stars on that track. And then we get to the kingdom. This is the kingdom. -5 stars. If you guys are Brian Alvarez or Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer fans, you'll get that reference. That song is, Tony Schiavone would say, was popcorn fart. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, that was literally... I feel like one of the deleted songs that didn't make the album were better than this. And we'll probably hear it at some point. But I feel in my heart that they should have cut that song and it shouldn't have been on the album. And one of their songs that they're holding back should have took its place. And that's just a personal gut feeling of mine that I can't shake, and I'm expressing it here for you guys to know. And we get to Legendary. That song to me is not legendary. It's, you know, if you ever played Pokemon cards, there would be the circle, the diamond, and the star. Let me just tell you, it's the circle. Not a terrible song. Not a great song. It's just kind of there. And they put that out as a teaser. I'm glad I listened to Save Me later, because I wasn't too excited after hearing Legendary. I thought, oh no, I was dreading the album hearing Legendary. But once I heard Save Me, right before the official album release, I definitely got comforted a little bit. Definitely. All right. Do believe that's all we got. I'm gonna give this album an 8.5 out of 10. Highly recommend it. And I highly recommend it. Definitely one of the better albums to come out in 2019. I mean, the Goo Goo Dolls and Skillet in less than a month, it don't get much better than that. And before I go, guys, I just want to let you know that if you're looking for a new bed, you should check out Ghost Bed. They are... I'm laying on it right now. It's one of the most comfortable beds I've ever laid on. Definitely Google them, do your research, and if it's something that fits you, make the purchase. I'm telling you right now. It's as great as this album. Hope you guys have a great Friday.